$32,000 in just 2 days from this YouTube channel you're watching right now. And I only have, at this time, 252 subscribers. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, this has got to be clickbait. There's no way that this happened. But I'm telling you, it did happen. And if I can do it, you can do it too. This is mind-blowing for me because in this video, I'm just a YouTuber over 40, and I'm gonna show you right now how I took a fairly brand new channel. I've only had it for a few months, and I took a YouTube channel and used it. And this whole YouTube channel, as you can see, maybe you've seen a few of the videos on here. It's all about helping people grow their business through the power of YouTube. And in a 2-day time span, because of people who watched a video, and if you look at my videos, look at them. Only some of them get, 90 views, 80 views. Some of them get 100 views. I think at this point in time, maybe 700 or 800 views is one of the top videos that I've had on this channel. But it didn't have to be millions of views. It just needed to be the right kind of views, because I had 3 potential clients reach out to me through those views, and they decided they wanted to work with me because of my experience through YouTube. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how I did it, the steps that I took to get there, the exact amount, in other words, what the potential client actually ended up signing up for and what they paid, and then break down for you exactly how you can do it in some quick, easy steps. 5 steps I'm gonna give you that you can begin to, with a brand new YouTube channel. If you're over 40 years of age, there is a way that you can do this. Because look, you can see my face. There's a lot of gray on my face. So I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not young. I am a business owner. I own law firms, but I'm not some young 20-year-old out there that's able to, get out on TikTok and go viral and do those sort of things, or even on YouTube. But I can promise you this, if I can do this with a channel with only 252 subscribers, you can do it too. And we're gonna break down exactly how you can repeat this. So let me break out the obvious. First of all, I'm not a handsome model. I could stand to lose a little bit of weight, and I've been told that I have a voice more for radio and not so much for YouTube. But I'm saying that to say, if this can do it, you can do it. So let's jump right into the very first part I want to cover real quick. First of all, I made 32,000 in signups. First of all, just break down this amount, 32,000 by 2 potential clients. They watched one of my videos. They reached out to me, 2 business YouTube consulting clients reached out to me, ready to get started. I own an agency that I started recently known as YouTube Rainmakers, where I help business owners get them off the ground and start their own YouTube channel. And essentially they agreed to a $2,000 a month consulting agreement for a 6-month time span. So that's $12,000 per client, and that's 2 of them. So that's $24,000. Then on top of that, they each wanted a market analysis. And one of the things I've learned to do over the years is to be able to actually dive deep into the analysis of a particular niche. So in other words, we can find a list of 10 to 20 potential creators that are doing what you're looking to do and doing it at a very high level right now. And then what we do is we create a spreadsheet. We lay it all out. We show the type of thumbnails, the titles they're using, the hooks that they're using, the pacing, and we break all of that down. And these potential clients wanted that service as well. So that was $3,000 for an in-depth market analysis with a spreadsheet that breaks it all down. That's $6,000. So we were at $24,000 plus $6,000. That comes to $30,000. Finally, I had one other potential client, actually a chiropractor, reached out to me and wanted to actually set up a consultation to talk about my course. And the course is essentially reverse engineering what I was able to do as an attorney. So just so you understand, I own Hampton Law, and that's a YouTube channel that I started several years ago that has 335,000 subscribers at the time of this recording, over 18 million views per month. And I became obsessed with it. I broke it down. I started talking about constitutional law. I learned a lot of these concepts from really just sharing what I know, how people can protect themselves in a police encounter. And then as a result of that, I sat down and reverse engineered all that process, because that channel now makes my law firm an additional $2 million a year. And it, not to mention, it makes $15,000 to $20,000 a month in ad revenue. So these people wanted to know, other attorneys, other professional service business owners wanted to know how I did that. So think about this. I spoke to only 3 people. Now, you're not always going to bat 100%, okay? But I got lucky here. I spoke to 3 people in a 2-day time span and closed over $30,000. We're talking about a total of $32,000 in just 2 days, because I was able to open the window of knowledge through this very small YouTube channel you're looking at right now, YouTube Rainmakers, and it led them to doing what? It's really not just about me making the money. It's really about me solving a problem for a business owner who needs to grow their revenues, to help grow their family, to be able to take care of their financial security, for the big plans they have in their future. And I get to help partner with them to play a role in making sure they get where they need to go. So how did I do all this? I'm going to give you 5 quick steps, 5 tips for which this can help you get started right now. And step number 1, quite plain, is commit to getting on YouTube and pushing the record button. None of this will happen if you don't get started. And I want to be real clear about this. When you do this, it's going to be work. It's going to have to be a commitment on your side. You're going to have to dedicate the time and the effort, and you're going to be uncomfortable doing it. Some of the best things I ever did in my life is when I was uncomfortable. I have to take the steps. You can do it too. Put yourself out of that comfort zone, and you must know your why. Don't just do it because you want to make money. I get a lot of people that'll just reach out and say, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel because I want to make millions of dollars. That's the wrong reason to start a YouTube channel. Have a bigger reason. Simon Sinek wrote a wonderful book by the name of Why. Know Your Why. That book is wonderful because it helps you hone in on your real motivation behind why you're going to do what you want to do. With YouTube, the goal ultimately must be to help others. You've got to be authentic. Be your real self. Share who you are. Get right to the good stuff. If you're getting into information that you're going to share, let's say you're an attorney or whatever it is, maybe you love gardening, whatever the issue is that you want to share more about, get into those secrets. Really just get right to it, share. Don't hold anything back and leave all of it out there as more of whether it's a how-to approach, whether it's a walking through somebody through a complex issue to help them provide that solution. If you're over 40, there's a good chance that the person you're serving is going to be your type of person. It's going to be the kind of person that you are that is going to watch your content. So think that through. What is your why? I'm also going to tell you, when you get out of your comfort zone, you might start giving all these reasons to procrastinate not recording. You want to make sure your background's perfect. You want to make sure you have the perfect camera. You want to make sure you have the exact perfect lighting. And then you're worried about how you look on camera, or did I say it exactly the right way? What if I mess it up? And then if you record, you might say, I'm not going to release this video because it didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to. Throw all that out the window. If all you start with is your phone, literally, if you start with your phone and you share short clips of the things that you know are very helpful for the thing that you're going to be talking about, your passion, your business, whatever that is, get out of your comfort zone. I had to learn that the hard way. You go back and look at Hampton Law, and you're going to see my old videos. Boy, they're awful. I mean, they are really rough. I mean, I'm staring at a webcam basically, and as I was doing it, you can clearly tell that I didn't exactly know what I was doing. I didn't have all this stuff scripted, but yet what happened? I was able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars from videos. Even from then to today, people are still calling from those videos because I was authentic. I was looking straight at the camera. I was sharing what I knew to be true. It was my expertise, and I was getting right to the point of exactly why the viewer would be watching that particular video. So that's where it started for me. And then I had to get out of my comfort zone again. I had to get out of my comfort zone when I had the opportunity to now be a YouTube coach, to help do one-on-one consulting, to provide an opportunity for people to be able to jump out there and take the leap. That's the number one reason why business owners don't want to get into YouTube. They're afraid of it. They think it only applies to some viral content or Mr. Beast or something. And what they don't realize is there is an open door of opportunity here that very few other business owners are really taking advantage of YouTube, the second largest search engine in the world. So that allowed me now to be vulnerable and start coaching others. Even though that wasn't what I originally did, now that I'm coaching others, I'm helping them be able to reach their goals, which reinforces these concepts as I watch them grow, and we can find ways to help each of us grow together. So I'm going to encourage you. It's going to be tough. When I say that, you've got to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. The worst that can happen is that your video flops. And by the way, when you first start, very few people watch your videos anyway, so that's the best time to take risk. Step number 2, what is your expertise? If you run a business, then that's your ticket into YouTube. You're going to talk about all the solutions you provide through your business, and you're going to speak the language of your potential customer, and that becomes your new viewer avatar. But if you don't run a business, Maybe you have a passion. Maybe it's gardening. Maybe it's knitting. You name it. Any type of niche out there, any type of passion you could imagine, there is somebody out on YouTube right now that is crushing it. And they've got a following. They have an audience. They probably got a course. They brought a program. There's a way for which they're able to help people elevate whatever that passion is to new levels for their own happiness and sometimes for business growth. Now, here's the crazy thing. When I first started Hampton Law, my law firm channel, I had no idea that people over 40 were still watching YouTube at all. I didn't know that they watched it hardly at all. And I'll be frank with you, I didn't watch it all that often initially. But then I found out as I was putting out my content, I would dive into the YouTube analytics portion, and I discovered that literally 78% of all my viewers, we're talking about 17, 18 million views per month, 70 to 80% of my viewers are over 40. I mean, over 40. In fact, here's the shocking part. Sometimes 35+% are over 60 that watch my content. And immediately what I realized is there are millions of people over 40 on the internet watching YouTube, and they're looking for solutions to problems that I can provide. And the same applies for you. So what is your passion? What is your business? Whatever that is, that's your launching point into YouTube. Because number one, it needs to be something you really enjoy talking about, or you're not going to keep doing it. So make sure it's something you're passionate about or a business that you offer, and start getting yourself ready to create videos. Always remember, your channel is about the viewer and not about you. If you make everything you say and do all about servicing and providing value to the viewer, you'll get the subscribers, you'll get the views, you'll get the money that comes with it all, but it can't be about what it does for you. At the end of the day, the YouTube algorithm is interested in two things: keeping people on that platform watching, and then providing content that the viewer wants to see. So you gotta make it about the viewer. For me, my big passion and my big why was to help educate the entire country, literally all 350 to 400 million Americans, on their constitutional rights when they walk into an encounter with law enforcement. And that was my big why. But in the process, it grew my law firm to an additional $2 million in revenue per year, an additional 17 to 20 million views per month, and an additional $15,000 to $20,000 in ad revenue per year. But none of it would have happened unless I knew my why and I had my passion behind it. Step number 3, invest in personal growth. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, look, you can do things the hard way and just start recording, or you can learn best practices on YouTube and you can shortcut your way to growth. And what I mean by this is most people don't think about scripting out the first 30 seconds to a minute of their video. They need a hook. They need to have a reason to grab the viewer, help them understand what exactly the content is going to be on that video, what the stakes are for the viewer, why they need to keep watching, and then give them a big payoff at the end. Let them know what they're going to really pay off on if they watch to the end of the video. And then most people just don't know titles. They don't know thumbnails. They don't understand what some of those best practices are to get people watching your videos. You're going to get an opportunity. You can invest in coaching, you can invest in courses, you can invest in yourself, you can study other people in your niche. These are the shortcuts that I have taken and that I have found are extremely helpful as a YouTuber over 40. If you want to grow your business or grow a presence on YouTube with your passion, these are the things you have to invest in. Step number 4, give away your secrets and sell your implementation. This step is so very important. You have to really know your audience. Get to know what their pain points are. What are the things that keep them up at night? What are the areas that they're searching for and they can't seem to find a good answer to? Whatever those are, you as the expert, you as the one that has a passion for what you're providing as content, get right to those answers. Let them know you have the answer. Let them know you're going to share all of it with them and you're not going to hold anything back. Don't keep any of your secrets back. Give all of it away and you're going to earn that trust. And then you'll start noticing that there's returning viewers that'll come back to your channel and they'll watch over and over again. Now, when I say this, especially attorneys, they'll really give me a hard time, and other business owners, they'll say, wait a minute, Jeff, if I give away all of my secrets, then no one will want to work with me. Remember what I said earlier. This is all about the viewer. It's not about you. And plus, you got to know human psychology. If you give away all of your secrets, very few people want to DIY anything. And here's the other secret. When people DIY it without the experience, it very rarely works. So the reality of it is you give away all of those secrets. You let them know, hey, here's exactly how I did it. Here's exactly the solution to your problem. And then what's known as the law of reciprocity kicks in. So by you giving away everything, it earns trust. The viewer goes, wow, I've never seen an attorney so transparent. I've never seen, this business owner share that kind of information. I've never seen somebody get right to the trick or the hack that I needed in order to do this thing. And when you do that, guess what happens? They look now, and because you gave that to them, when no one else would. The law of reciprocity kicks in and they want to give back to you. And that usually happens by working with you and in your business. Or maybe you don't have a business, maybe it's a program, maybe it's some sort of community that you start. People are going to want to invest back in you because you invested in them. Step number 5, monetize your expertise. Now, what are your viewers really wanting here? After you've spent a number of months giving away all of your secrets, sharing everything with people, and starting to slowly build your YouTube channel, you'll start getting some comments back from people. You'll start noticing feedback that are some of the points and concerns that people have. I've literally, on one of my channels, I've had people ask me, hey, this is great content. Do you actually have any courses that cover this stuff? Or do you provide any solutions to this issue in this state or under this type of problem? And so what I learned was, from listening to my viewers and listening to other people that need these services, there were 3 main areas that I could specifically work with them and partner with them where I benefited because I was able to earn a living from it, but they benefited because it was a shortcut for them not to have to go through all the trials and tribulations that I did when I was first starting my Hampton Law YouTube channel. So the first one I learned really quickly on is the DIY approach. There are some people who just want to learn the process. They want to see it reverse engineered. They want to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and then they want to do it all on their own. They want to get, for my situation, they want to get their own editor. They want to set up their own work with a thumbnail designer. They want to do all of that. They just want to know all the shortcuts to get there. So as a result of that, I established a course. And so the course was available to those who just wanted kind of the one-off experience with the weekly meetings to be able to get started and out of the gate. But then there's a second type of attorney or professional that I work with that they reached out and they said, oh, no, I don't have time for a course because I'm running a business. But the thing I do want is I already have a YouTube channel. I want some one-on-one consulting. So I was listening. I was saying, okay, we can establish Rainmaker Consulting where we actually provide one-on-one consulting. We do things like channel audits. We go in and find out the low-hanging fruit, things that can be improved on the channel immediately. Then we went in and said, okay, we could do a market analysis to find out what's working on YouTube right now so you can come up with a comprehensive content plan and strategy to move forward. So this was a strategy that many people liked because that's what they were looking for. It's not what I wanted to provide. It's what the market was asking for and no one was providing. Got to listen. You've got to be really careful to what the market is really demanding because there's always going to be gaps in the market where certain people are just not providing what the actual customer wants or the viewer wants. Finally, as I kept listening, I realized there was a certain smaller group of people, but they were speaking very loud. They wanted a done-for-you service. They were the business owners, maybe the medium to larger size business owners. They didn't have time to, do any of this. They just wanted it done for them. So we put together a white glove done-for-you service that did everything, literally. Title, thumbnail, scripting ideas, all of it put together, video ideas, content bucket strategies, everything you can imagine. Even the actual editing, post-edit analysis, everything that could be done related to a YouTube video, that's how they wanted it, and they were willing to pay the premium price in order to get it done. So that's what we did. We started that process and that particular offering as well. So why I'm saying all this to say this, you need to be listening as you move forward with this, just like you should listen in your business if you run a business, even if it's your passion. I met someone who's just into knitting, and they wanted to know how to design certain types of knitting projects. They had certain things in mind. They were willing to buy a little small booklet or a digital product in order to learn how to do it, to see the step-by-step approach. Provide what people are looking for. What is it about your expertise that you can provide solutions for your viewers? Listen to your viewers. What are their pain points? What are the areas they're trying to find ways to make their life easier? Whatever that is, package your services or your products, monetize it, fill a gap. Here's the deal. Yes, you're going to make money, but it's not really about making money. It's the same process as what you do when you create YouTube videos. You're literally just providing value and people are benefiting from it. In reality, you owe this to your viewer. By providing them this solution, you're alleviating their pain, and it's well worth it when they choose to pay you and partner with you and work together with your business service. Finally, here's the best part of all of this. You don't need thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You don't need thousands of views. You really don't even sometimes need hundreds of views in order to do exactly what I'm talking about right now on YouTube. Now, I know some of you thought, I thought Jeff was going to tell me I could make all this money in ad revenue on YouTube with only 250 subscribers. No. That's not where the big money is. The big money is in providing solutions to your viewers. The people who are watching your content, niche content, they have problems they need solved, no matter what it might be. And when you find a way to monetize the solutions to their problems, this is where the big players on YouTube make literally millions of dollars. And what might start as just a couple of $1,000s extra. I can tell you right now, there's many people I know, an extra couple of $1,000s a month can transform their life. It can make a huge difference. So I encourage you right now, think about what your expertise is. Think about what your passion is. There is somebody else on their journey that's trying to get where you are at, and they're willing to pay to get there. It's truly an amazing thing that you can earn clients through YouTube to help them solve their problems that they have in their life. And it both helps the viewer, but it also helps you in terms of transforming the financial future for you and your family. Now listen, I want to share with you the inside scoop on my $2 million a year YouTube funnel that I have used to transform my law firms and literally transform my financial future for my family. So check out this next video where I'm going to break it down from start to finish what my insider $2 million a year YouTube funnel is, and I hope it helps you. And if you have questions about your experience growing on YouTube, ask a question down in the comments section. I'm happy to answer it, and I'm happy to be here for you as we continue to make videos for all of us looking to grow on YouTube.